What's up, guys? It's Josh back with SobrietyWoD. If it's your first time, welcome. If you've been before, then welcome back. So the title of today's lesson is Frankenfitters, and it's kind of a silly word, but it's actually a word that the guy that started CrossFit, Greg Glassman, used to describe CrossFitters. And the reason was, if you know the story of Frankenstein, he was kind of a patchwork. He was just put together from different parts and eventually became like one monster. And that was the idea behind it, is that we can grab these different components, and if we can put them all together, we can make this thing that, you know, the sum is greater than the parts kind of deal. And you know, I think a lot about the program, the 12-step program, and spirituality as far as I see it. And one of the things that I do is I like to look at a lot of different religious stuff, a lot of different spiritual texts, a lot of different traditions, histories, beliefs, ideas, and see how they kind of interweave and how they connect. Because one of my ideas about truth, or one of the things I feel about truth that's sort of a requirement of it, is if it's true everywhere. It's not just true in one situation. So one of the ways that we can find truth is by looking at all these different groups or all these different traditions and really kind of getting down to what they were saying or what they believed to be true. And when we see that thread running common throughout them, those are things that we can pull out and sort of hold on to as being our best understanding of truth, like as far as we can. One of the things I love about the 12-step program that I'm involved in, and the quote at the top of the page is out of the big book, where it says, "Be quick to see where other religious people are right and make use of what they have to offer." Now, there's some people in the 12-step fellowships or in any religious denomination that would sort of argue with that and really kind of put their foot down, get severely dogmatic, and be of the opinion that they are the only right way. The way I feel about different traditions and different spiritualities and stuff like that is that they're all just access points, right? Like, depending on our history or our past, our current beliefs, or maybe things we've been through, or even really where I'm at with it is it's words that we've used. There's words that we feel a certain way about, and if somebody's using that word, we automatically don't want anything, or we automatically believe it, even though we're not really testing what's actually being said. So with that in mind, there's a lot of different, I guess you could say, paths to truth that a lot of times we're caught up in trying to determine whether that path is true. And the question really is, does the path lead to the truth? And so I think there's a lot of different explanations for these same things to make them accessible to people coming from all different angles. And the little paragraph at the top today is just talking about, what if there was a spirituality that allowed room for its members or its people to experience or experiment or to look for truth in other avenues that isn't saying, hey, we have it all right here, and there's, going outside of this is against the rules or anything like that. And in my experience of my sobriety, that's really what brought me in. I came from a Christian background, and so I had a lot of issues with the Christian denominations, Christian churches, Christianity as a religion, the Bible, all those kind of things. If I wouldn't have found a spirituality that allowed for me to disagree with those things, but to still grab hold to the main point of it, I'd probably still be out there. So the question for today is, have you found any resources outside of maybe approved literature that you've gained strength from, or understanding, or knowledge, that have helped you in your spiritual path? And the other side of that question, and without going into my experience, I've done this as well, but I've followed some things that probably took me away from where the heart of the thing really is, which can be equally beneficial to our growth. So maybe discuss if you kind of maybe got into something that you felt kind of pulled you away from the center and the power and the strength that you needed for your sobriety. So you guys discuss that, have a good time. We'll be right back with the fitness tie-in.